So right now, most of what we're focusing on is consistency and just like resilience. So we don't want to keel over to random weird stuff. So I think the build covers that pretty well. It's usually a skill issue and you don't really data stuff, and then we've kind of learned to stop doing the stuff that we do that's harmful, which is mainly fighting before shadows out. We just always run back or run away if there's any type of thing, for the most part. There's exceptions, but once shadows out, then we have CC and we can focus fire and trade things off better. So because we have mirror image, and usually by then we'll have level 3, or I guess level 2 mirror image, we'll have level 3 blades. So then he can either go behind and trip everything up and do damage, or he can be a wall for them. So whereas, just one mirror image isn't really doing anything. Typical layout, standard.
플레이어의 병력이 공격받고 있습니다.
So yeah, so the main issue is, so we want this open layout, so space, 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 so we can chase ghouls around and whatnot. So we can chase ghouls through there. Don't want to off space there, we want that tight as well. That's interesting, so he saw me do this and he didn't try to interact at all. Yeah, so we don't want one space because ghouls go through there, even though our peon's good, so we just keep it tight or we keep it double space. Then we start going for tier 2. It's not really much. You could definitely creep this, but we're waiting for a shadow. Stop touching stuff once we get 3, and then we'll clean up any little garbage or whatever that's around just to do something. But generally, we just don't touch anything because we want it all for shadows. So yeah, boom, boom. Make the unit, sew that up. That's all really good. Blade out of there, and then our issue right now is we're good to get the expansion up, and we get 50 and we can get the expansion up, and we're attacking. So as soon as the expansion's up, building rather, we want to immediately be knocking on the door because we want to be controlling where he is, or at least if he does go cancel it, we want to be trading it or something, because we want to be fighting. So he's gonna go out and stuff there, then we can fight him there. If he goes back, then, well, he's not the expansion. So before I was kind of doing camps too much along the way, and then they could still go over there, get a cancel, and by the time I got over here, they could just TP there and wouldn't get any value or anything. So in A move group 1, which is everything except for what's in group 2. Group 2 is basically just tier 2 units, this guy's. So we could have just right clicked forward with the tier 2 units so they would move more, not get tripped up on the skeletons as much, and then maybe we could have netted another statue or something. So we make a dude, and then yeah, that looks like I got the 60 here. Sometimes I get the 60, sometimes I don't. So we want to be, that's mainly what it is it's getting, the guys were on A move, so that's why they stopped there. Yep, so that's my issue right now, is just half the time I remember 60 burrow, and then there's also, like here, I'm probably forgetting here. Yep, so we already have this building. This is already prepped and ready to go. We can go tier 3, whatever, but I definitely have enough to, this is perfect for popping over 60, right? You can build a unit out of everything, so that's with an upgrade. So I should be popping over right now, so that's the thing we gotta work on right now. But with all that accounted for, I think that's all our major issues accounted for. And then we're playing our strength well enough. So we should just keep climbing here. And eventually we'll probably run into weird stuff we die to, but that's just, you know, something you have to put up with as you go along, So here it's kind of weird because there's so little creeps on the camp. Like, I don't even really want to do a red, but there is nothing else to do, so go do a red, I guess. Still waiting for this. This is the other thing too, is there should be 4 peons waiting to go in here already.
마을이 공격받고 있습니다.
Yeah, there's not actually really anything to do, so. Now, obviously, the thing to do is to go poke on his base again to make him move back, because we want to keep him off that, and even check his one as well, so.
플레이어의 병력이 공격받고 있습니다.
And after that, we have to kind of tech and stuff, because we can't stay on, you know, tier 2 units, so it's trying to burst blade down. It's important to recognize what they're trying to accomplish so that you can kind of counteract it, right? So now I know they want to blow up blades, so I can do everything to kind of keep them alive. To make sure they don't do that, and then they failed in their goals, so. But it's, yeah, what units we transfer into now. And in general, this feels very comfortable because you kind of have everything. It's really solid. And yes, technically you could say this stuff is not, it's definitely not meta versus destroyers and stuff, but that is so irrelevant, especially at the low rank thing. These guys are so strong with like 20% damage reduction. It's absolutely crazy. And it's like, yeah, okay, dispel, and then you just use it again. So it's not like higher ranks where, you know, you'd have a small window there. These guys are always good. And then, yeah, you got damage and then the control. So in general, this is always kind of good forever in a sense. So it's like, okay, well, what are they going to build? Their main things are probably Banshees. And I guess A-bombs, maybe. Yeah, I guess it's A-bombs, Banshees, and Destroyers. Be my guess. And then you just gotta scout what they're doing, which is another thing to be aware of with that. I think I'm doing okay. So I kind of get to the point where I have to, you know, start spending the money anyways, right? So it's like, okay, what am I making? So I am kind of paying more attention to what they're actually making there so that I make the right things. So versus Destroyers is why I got another Easter here is you want bats. And I am fine having bats left over. Those are always good because they help with killing buildings and stuff. So they're flying so they can traverse things so they're not like terrible. I have too many of them or some left over. So bats, and you just make a bunch of bats to approximately kill their dudes. Still figuring out how many you need per guy, but you know, you can steal 2 or whatever for now, generally okay-ish. Then obviously versus Banshees, you want probably a healthy amount of Spirit Walkers so you can dispel their mist thing. And there's nothing really for them to grab, so possess, so you're kind of okay. And then the other thing was A-bombs, and A-bombs would be more Kodos, because Kodos will just eat them, so all I could really make, I guess, maybe like a mass ton of ghouls wouldn't actually be too bad, because there's no real AoE or whatever there, and then you'd go Torrents, I guess. So you just gotta kind of scout what they're doing a bit and react to it. Which works well with the thing there. Anyways, so. But yeah, I guess I'll just keep climbing and climbing because this ain't even close. There's nothing close here. This is completely beyond winning. It was the entire time, and it has been for the last 4 games, so you know, just gotta do the consistent thing and then stop making mistakes yourself, and then yeah, I don't know how high we'll go up, but because we're also just gonna get better at doing the thing as well, right? So main issue I'm having is spending the money. Money tends to build up. Also, when you go with this guy here, you do have to make extra peons. So you want like minimum 5, but even just going like 7 or something, whatever. But definitely want like 5. 5 would probably be good because you're kind of done building everything technically, right? You can sit on 60 and ish, anyways, right? You'll actually get another one here, and you don't need one more, and you're at 80, so whatever. Get that pretty quick, and yeah, maybe you make a building, right? Yeah, in this game, 2 is the correct thing, I guess, because that's what you're countering, is you're trying to counter these guys, so you want the double production for sure. This is specifically with destroyers, they're always good, right? So you always want to be able to take them out or equalize them. Whereas, you know, even if you just have like 1 or 2 torrents, you're good to go versus a bunch of ghouls, right? So you only need one of those. So, and headhunters or whatever. You just want a couple headhunters for range damage. So I guess that's what you would fill out with, right? As much as you can once the support stuff is done. So you can always just fill up with that. So watch or spend the money before fights, and probably try to pop 60. I guess the idea is to pop 60 as soon as you can. I don't know if you use 60 before tier 3 or not. I don't know. Have to play more, I guess, to figure that out. But anyways, try to get 60 as soon as you can. I think everything else kind of naturally takes care of itself after that. Tighten it up a little bit this way or that way, so. Don't really have the wood for reinforced. I tend to get it about when this guy's finishing, so that works out well. They're slower to kill stuff, so since you're spread out anyways. Plowing the armor upgrade in here. I don't even think I'm getting the other upgrades. Just really armor, because it applies to everyone, so. Oh, it doesn't apply to everyone. Almost everyone. Yeah, he's a spellcaster, so it doesn't apply there. Got a raider in here. See a net. There he is. 1, yeah. So these guys are spellcasters, so they don't get armor. Literally unarmored. Climbing time.